If one of your friends starts dating one of your siblings.
That's weird.
I wouldn't like that. Because then one day we're going to get in a fight. He's like, yeah, shut up, your shit.
Younger guys, I need you all to listen up here. Whether you're in middle school, high school, college, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you're a young dude on your way up. Right now, let's see if the scenario relates to you. If it does, then great. That means I'm talking to you. So let's get a little imaginative here. You have a female best friend, and you guys have been close for quite a while. She's lived in your neighborhood, maybe even next door. Maybe you guys are into all sorts of weird things as kids. But as we all know, you both eventually get older and things change. She explores new interests and starts pursuing other things. But you've been by her side, watching her grow every step of the way. You've heard all her stories, shared all her tears, witnessed the struggles, the emotions, the love. So basically, you've celebrated her many important moments together. You were right there by her side, and everything seemed perfect, right? You had this amazing bond, but then you find out she's dating your brother, or she's dating someone close to you. You don't want that relationship between you two to change. You're worried that if she gets involved with this person, it could mess up the dynamic of your friendship. That's normal. Or maybe you were even warming up the seat for her. You were waiting, picking that right moment. But life, as quick as it may come, crazy things will happen and things turn against you. Current champ, back at it again. For the guys out there, I hope you're seated, because in this conversation, it's gonna get quite personal. So going back, you were right there, waiting for your time to shine. But hold up.
And you can't judge.
You hear the worst news. That is, she's now one totally off balance person, and someone from your own inner circle is dating her. Great. Ruins whatever plans you had for her faster than you can blink. Now, a lot of ladies would say, well, yeah, you were being a nice guy, but were you really my friend? Or were you actually just trying to date me instead of being my real friend?
You have these guy friends, a lot of the time they have like these ulterior motives. Either one, they're in love with you and they're hoping that one day you're gonna wanna date them. Number two, they're just being nice to you and just trying to get close to you to get your walls down, get you vulnerable.
Here's the thing about that kind of argument. I don't see an issue. No offense, but why else would a guy spend so much time with her? Sure, it won't always be the case, but you can't underestimate just how common it is for some close friends to end up liking each other. Or later on, like, are we acting like this never happens? Chances are, you know an older couple who had a whole friends to lovers spiel going initially. So a guy's going out of his way to constantly be with her. That's probably because he likes her. I know it sounds bad or complicated for some people, but think about it. Consider that perhaps he wants or he's aiming to build a romantic relationship with her. Sometimes, to reach that point, you have to be close friends first. Dating won't always be this instant search for other ready singles thing. No. In fiction, this is basically what a slow burn is. Gradual, but steadily leaning up to something serious, like a relationship. First off, ladies, you talk about it all the time. You say you want to have a friendship, a tightly knit relationship. And that's not exactly what he's doing. But then you're mad that he's like this because you don't want anything romantic with him. Let's call it you don't like him. So lay it down as it is. Thing is, some women approach it like this. They'll be quick to think he's icky, that it's bad for him to want something like that with them, even though they want with their partner. Friendship, as in the inherent camaraderie or closeness that stems from having a lot in common, with some reasonable differences on the side. Don't we all want that? Who wouldn't want to resonate well with their partner? It's a no-brainer if you ask me.
You really need to be best friends with your partner. I feel like that's not talked about enough. I mean, think about it. You're gonna be sharing like countless meals with this person, going to countless social events. You're gonna wake up and see their face every morning. You have to really enjoy their company.
You have to take into consideration that maybe because you guys share some of the same hobbies and you do a lot of the same things, those brought you two closer. Maybe that's where his romantic desire came from. You were weird, nerdy, awkward, a little girl. And then you grew up, you fully developed, you gained even more of a personality. Through that, he ended up liking you more. Because then he realized, wow, you're really pretty. Your identity is getting more fleshed out as you both slowly begin figuring things out in life. You discover the style that you like best. You crack down on your future plans. Even by a small bit, the growth is mesmerizing to some people. If you put your mind to it, doesn't it sound sweet to grow and cycle through natural changes with your partner? But back to the point. Now this girl got it on with your friend. Tough. She banged your brother. Blood related or not, it doesn't matter that much. Perhaps he's taller, he's more fun, or he gets more girls. Whatever it is about him that piqued her interest, she ran with it. And now you, her male best friend, aren't sure what to do. So what now? Do you get mad at her? No. Because at the end of the day, women are social. They take on social cues. And if that guy is the dude for her, she's going for him. That's it. She'll be getting some with your bro and much more. It doesn't matter how long of a friendship you had or how cool and close you both have been through the cries and the laughter. All that stuff is great and everything. And I'm sure she'll still want to keep that relationship with you. But something deeper, that's where you have to think twice. You know what? Ladies like betas. Betas have roles. They're the ones who do the work. And then the alphas are the ones who knock it down. You can either play the role of a beta, i.e. be the beta orbiter, if that's your calling. Or you can play the opposite, suck it up, and accept your fate.
A beta orbiter is a man that a woman keeps around in her orbit for validation and for emotional support, security, right?
Or, you couldn't just walk away. You'd be surprised how much less you'd endure when you begin setting firm boundaries like that. There will be doors that are open, but not all of them are worth entering. At some point, you have to exit and find a better room to be in, because the whole point really was that you wanted to develop a relationship with her, right? Even though it may not be 100% guaranteed, you took whatever shots you could take. Then she decided otherwise, a different standard. But it doesn't mean that your friendship is completely beyond repair. She comes slumming back with your brother. It's almost like a specialness about her now gone. Face it, guys don't like sharing women, most especially with other men that they're familiar with, much less someone they're close to. No matter how much you play this, that's just how men work. It's this clear-cut boundary that's embedded into that unspoken bro code. Even when having someone similar, if not exactly the same, amongst them, known as the girl code. To put it simply, they're just set up norms you want to follow if you don't want to get your butt kicked. If it was some random guy on the other side of town or another nameless dude at the other school, that would be a different story. You could care less about that. The sting's still there, sure, but it won't hurt as much. However, it's the fact that you're so close to each other's vicinity of the other man. And as his friend, or his brother, that complicates the entire dynamic. Not just you with her, but also you with him. Whatever specialness you had about you, whatever uniqueness you had in the bag. It's definitely still there. But now, you're skating on thin ice. You can't pursue her any further as a man because she's already been taken by someone else who's also just happens to be close to you. She's already dipped her feet into the pool, effectively entering the other side of your social circle, outside of her. When you first wanted to introduce her to your side, you wanted to show her around, let her get to know the space. That seemed pretty standard in any close relationship. I'm certain for the vast majority, we've all stopped by our friends' homes. It just comes naturally. When you're comfortable with someone, you feel the urge to let them into other aspects of your life. But whoa, now she's hanging out with your mom. Oh man, the other current scenario, when she comes over, she'll be looking for your brother, asking and worrying about him. So now you're just the guy who opens the door and your brother's walking past you. You're some butler doing his hours and he's going, appreciate it, bro. Catch you later. Me and so's gonna go hang out.
Please, no.
Maybe in the back seat, you know? I mean, you're just taking L's. You're taking L's. Man, does that suck. That's basically you getting demoted to some side character, or worse, an NPC in the life of someone's being the main lead in yours. If that doesn't feel like a punch in the gut, then you sure have the tolerance of a lab rat under anesthetics.
That didn't hurt. Come on, let's go. Come on. Listen, man, taking L's is a part of life. Your attitude and how you react to it is what dictates how bad it really is. So stop being all down in the dumps when you take an L. And when I say L, I don't mean...
And your bro, he's probably a professional player the whole time. And you likely knew that about him. But guess what? So does she. She knows he's probably a 304. But he's a 304 who gets women. And that is credentials. That's the part that appeals to her. Give him his flowers because he earned them. He gets women. Doesn't matter what his past is. He gets women. He has the charisma to back it up. Funny thing is, this is the exact same messy scenario illustrated in the kissing booth. Cliche as the entire series is, it brings a very concrete point. You can't just get it on with your male friend's brother without expecting things to go haywire between you and your friend. That shit is awkward, and you know it. I mean, just look at Lee, the male friend, and his reaction when he found out that Ellie has eyes for Noah, his brother, who's the mirror image of the classic Wattpad jock.
Hey. What's going on in here? Jesus, what happened to your face?
Oh, I had an accident and Noah offered to help.
On top of that, women are always going to think that they're that one special person that's going to somehow change him, fix him, if you will. A lot of these girls are under the impression that for their man, they have the capacity to steer him down the ideal path if he just so happened to keep going astray. Much like Ellie in the film, who's 100% the good girl to Noah's whole bad boy exterior.
Oh, I can fix him. Yeah, I'm gonna be the one to fix him because he's gonna love me so much. And I did not and could not, in fact, fix him. In fact, he made the damage so bad that now I have to fix myself. In addition to the fact that I could not fix him.
This is the part you need to understand, okay? Your best friend, your homegirl, your ex-friend, whatever she's currently in your life, she's a woman. Ergo, her life is a movie in her eyes. She is the center of attention, the protagonist on the big screen. Everything that happens around her happens to her, okay? Then she hopes that the things that she herself does end up bringing greater return to her. Does that make sense? Say, for example, if she wears a nice skirt, when she wears it, the guy's gonna notice her. The guy will notice her as if she's the first thing smoking. It'll help get the attention from the guy she wants. In her eyes, this will help her to her end goal. Another example, Let's frame it in an even more relatable context. Say, for example, she's in school. She's upset. Maybe not too badly, but there's something on her mind. You know how school, when girls cry, people tend to flock to her side. You'll see her friends fanning her, offering her water, handing her tissues, maybe even someone acting all pissy and asking who made her cry. With all this commotion, you couldn't help but think, damn, what happened? So some guys, they'll give her attention too. And if that was the girl's goal, then it's safe to say she succeeded. The drama has been set, and the spotlight is now effectively turned to her. Now, I know that a lot of people, this will sound selfish, especially for ladies. I understand. You guys are going to be like, you don't really care about me because you had an ulterior motive. You don't really want to be my friend. But then take the visuals, put that to the side and say, okay, now that we've gotten past that, what else is going to qualify me for a guy that I really want? And as far as how he's going to treat me, what's a qualifying factor? I want to tell you what it is. Now, ladies, listen here. Number one, for guys, it'll be loyalty. If you're loyal, then that should put him at ease, right? If you're not loyal, then why bother, right? You wouldn't want to bother some wishy-washy, insensitive guy either, unless there were other complicated factors in play. None of the other things are going to matter past that. Number two, the other things that'll come into play will be respect and personality. Cheesy to hear, I'm sure, but there's a reason this gets brought up a lot. Respect plus personality and loyalty can be interchanged as far as importance. But even then, I would say personality can even outshine looks in a lot of cases. If you got a dope personality and you're very caring, I'm not saying you can just necessarily be butt ugly. What I'm saying is, however, is you can actually get away with a little more in the looks department if in general you're nice to be with and really back it up. You're super supportive and you're always there. You're always around, always present with him. And you support him in any way you can. You go out of your way for him. He's sick. You bring him some homework. His car's broken down. You give him a ride. You make sure he gets to work. He's venting out about his frustrations and you listen attentively. You see what I mean? When you're always bubbly and positive when he's around you, he feels that warm personality that you have. And he'll want that more often. Take responsibility and loyalty in this scenario. How does it relate? Well, loyalty, that's where I go back to talk about you getting all handsy with his brother and his best friend. You're getting intimate with someone that's close to him, someone in his circle. When you have a deeper relationship with someone that close to him, that's where we can say loyalty is getting tested. Now, I ain't gonna say it's full-blown loyalty test, but that loyalty between you and him is now breaking because you crossed an uncharted territory on his end while simultaneously stepping into someone else's territory. That's two circles, one overlapping the other. Him and his bro, somewhere they meet. That's where the overlap comes into play. And that overlap is their friendship. Remember, you've now stepped into the other guy's circle. And now these two pillars are interacting, which includes you being in his circle. And as part of his life, where you are part of your friend's life. And now you're crossing over into his bro's life. So now they both have something new in common. That being you. Men don't like that. Men especially don't like that when it comes to women in their lives, men frame it this way. The women they respectively have in each other's personal lives, they want them separate from the connection they have with the men they hang with. That's why he wouldn't like women messing with his family. That's why he won't like other men messing with his female friends like that, because that's his thing. Then you stepped out of his circle before going to another circle, still tied to him. His friend is a part of that group, the same group as you. There are two circles overlapping now. Once you step outside of your friend's personal boundary and you step over into one that interact with his, then everything spills over. It's like ink in two different glasses of the same color. It changes every little detail. This one's supposed to be black and this one's supposed to be red. This is supposed to be blue. But you took that little green ass and you spilled it over into the red, tipped over into the blue, dropped it into the black. Now all the colors are far from what they're supposed to be. It confuses things. So naturally, he's not going to want to be okay with that. And honestly, as a woman, you need to accept that. You need to think very hard about that relationship and what it's going to look like moving forward if you ever run into that kind of situation. But preferably as a young woman coming up, if you're ever into a situation where you're interested in someone that's in your male friend's circle, you need to accept the possibility that the friendship that you two have would probably change. Dive into a pool and expect to get soaked. Kind of like that. Now ladies, some of you were smart enough to understand that at an early age, but you really don't give a damn because it's your life. You're going to do what you do and you're going to do what you want. You like him, but you're not into him. He's either going to have to get over it or he's still going to try to be friends. Or it could go like, guess we just can't be friends anymore. And a lot of you are okay with that too. But you can't get mad at him for not wanting to deal with you anymore after a decision that you decided to make. You made your bed and now you have nothing else to do other than to sleep in it, literally. He has the right to react in whatever way he wants to. But the one thing he cannot do is control your actions. Men, boys, keep in mind that you cannot control her actions. You're not allowed to control her actions. And at the end of the day, we all have free will. She has the right to choose. And she chose what she chose. Meanwhile, you have the right to react the way you want, as long as it's not disrespectful. Go off if you must. Free will comes with consequences. After all, you can't trash talk someone without expecting to get punched. You can't end a friendship without expecting someone getting upset. Sadly, not all friendships are long lasting. Not everyone you set your eyes on will look back. But if this is your reality, know that you weren't alone. Acknowledge that hurt and really look at your life. Have a talk with your other friends. Get in touch with anyone you may have been too busy for lately. That loss of one won't mean the loss of all. The sooner you come to terms with it, the less it stings. Too bad life just can't run like a lighthearted rom-com, huh? It's gonna hurt for a while. Like I said, maybe you were building it up. Maybe you were keeping that seed warm while you were building the courage. But someone else got to her first, got their hook into her. So inevitably, she'll go. And that's okay. Maybe you two can still be friends. But a lot of times, that's not going to be the case. It is what it is. But be honest with it. Don't try to control it. Let her be. Her life is a movie. And it's moving way faster than you can comprehend, buddy. Some characters will be pushed out of the scene at some point. That character could be you. Rough. But it is what it is. So redefine your own movie. Be proactive in your own story. And give yourself a chance to shine. Not everything will stay in your life, but our decisions may just stick. So keep your eyes peeled, because we still have so much more to dive into. It's Current Champ. Peace out.